Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my top 5 series. If you don't know what this is basically me uploading a video every Wednesday telling you guys some sort of top 5 category from my theme park list thing, whatever. So today's top 5 is my top 5 theme park books. Now, I don't really read books that often, I must say, but if there is a book about a theme park and I quite like the look of it, I will most likely give it a read, you know, try it out. And most of the books that I have, I've really liked them. And yes, it is 2017 and I still read books. I do not care. So yeah, I just feel like reading books is like really relaxing and stuff, so I just really like it. Before we get into this video, I just want to say sorry about my hair. We're not really going to talk about it, but yeah. So let's get into this video. So my favourite book ever has to be this one. Of course it's going to be Pleasure Beach. What else would it be? This is the Blackpool Pleasure Beach More Than Just an Amusement Park book. And this feels very like high quality and it feels very expensive. It was very expensive for what it is. But I feel like it was worth every single penny. This was £25, which kills me inside, but then I'm thinking it's worth every single penny because it's Pleasure Beach and the book is just so good, and oh, I would pay anything for Pleasure Beach. So yeah, now we've got past that. So this book is freaking amazing. I feel like I'm the only person who talks about this or who actually has it in their lives. Like, I've never seen anyone like mention this, or if I ask people about this book, they'll have like never heard of it before, and it's like, oh my god, like you are missing out. This is such an incredible book. And oh my god, it's so amazing. You have like really nice pictures. It tells you about like the history of it as well, because Blackpool Pleasure Beach is like a really like heritage park, and obviously it's been around for so long, so it just tells you about like how it all started and tells you about a few rides and stuff. And then you have some more like modern pictures as well, like this one, like the casino, and then that one too. And there's also one picture that I freaking love in here, which I just think is like really cute. Let me try and find it. Here it is. So I think this is Amanda Thompson's dad. So this is Jeffrey Thompson in I think this is 2010, and I feel like this picture is very like iconic. Like, look at it. Look at that photo. Like, obviously it's quite sad now because Jeffrey is like dead. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah. Oh, what? Wait, I swear he died in 2005. Did he? Oh, I don't know. Let me just see if it tells me. Okay, I don't think it tells me. I haven't really got this far into the actual book yet. Like, I haven't. Oh, got that focus. There we go. Yeah, I haven't like fully read this book yet, so I haven't got to this bit yet, but I just think it's like really cute because obviously he's dead now, and I think he was like the boss of Pleasure Beach. I think, not really the boss, but he sort of owned it. He took over like a lot of things and he managed a lot of things about Pleasure Beach, and if it wasn't for him, then half of the things in Pleasure Beach wouldn't be there today. So I feel like that's really nice to have like a sort of like a tribute to him in this book, I guess. Like, I just think it's so cute. So go and like get this book. Like, it's £25. It's very expensive. I did have quite a lot of money back then, so I wouldn't like, I could afford it, but now I don't have any money, so I probably wouldn't like pay £25 for it these days. But back then I had the money, so I thought, why not? I'm gonna treat myself, and it's Pleasure Beach. So yes, go and check this book out. If it's still on the website, I'll leave it in the link down below. But it's such a good book, and I'm not that far into it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on the Ghost Train section, which is page 50. So I'm 50 pages in, and there's about, how many pages is there in this book? 144. So I've got quite a way to go, but I'm trying to make it sort of last, because I feel like once I've read it, I can't like read it again. But I always like flick through this book and just look at the pictures and stuff, so that's where I am. I'm on the Ghost Train part, so I'm guessing that this will tell me about the Ghost Train and how it all started and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to carry on reading this. It's not the most ideal for travel, just because it is so big and it's so heavy, but then again, like, it is amazing for travel because I can just like read it if I'm sat in the hotel room, or like on the car journey on like the way there, I can just read this. And why is my door opening? So yeah, love it, love it, love it. Go and check it out. It is absolutely incredible and very, very underrated. And my second favourite theme park related book is another Blackpool one. I got this for Christmas about, I don't know, not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, so Christmas in 2015. I have read all of this book. It is a really, really good book. So this is Blackpool Then and Now in Colour by John Burke, and this basically tells you about Blackpool like back in the old days, and then it's almost like a comparison of Blackpool like back then and then Blackpool like now, like in the modern sort of day and age. And I also love how on the back you have a picture of Big Dipper, like in its old days. Like, look at that. You do not get coasters like this anymore. So yeah, I have read all of this and it is such a good book. Like, I was a bit like doubtful about sort of asking, like putting it on my list. I thought, am I really gonna like it? Am I gonna find it boring? Because like, I'm not really a history person, but I feel like if it's Blackpool, I want to know everything about it. And this was from Amazon, I think, and it was only like £5 or £6. So if it's still on Amazon, again, I'll leave it in the link down below. But the one thing I loved about this is the fact that it tells you about Pleasure Beach, because a lot of sort of history books don't tell you about Blackpool, don't tell you about Pleasure Beach. And you guys know me and Pleasure Beach. Not gonna go on about how much I love it, but it has a Pleasure Beach section, and this actually goes on for, oh, it only has like 2 pages about it, but then it tells you more about it near the end, I think. I don't know. I feel like I need to reread this book because I haven't read it in so long. I've just had it sort of backed away in like a little corner. So I need to like scroll through this again and maybe just read a few things about it. But this is the Pleasure Beach section. You have a really old picture of Big Dipper, and then you have a more modern picture of like the promenade, and you can sort of see Big Dipper there, and then you have the big one. Is Infusion there? Oh yeah, Infusion's there. So like I said, it's like a comparison. Like, that was Pleasure Beach back in the day, and that's Pleasure Beach nowadays. So yeah, I just think it's really cool. Again, it tells you all about like Big Dipper and the big one, and just other rides at Pleasure Beach. But this book isn't just based about Pleasure Beach. You have like, it's just all of Blackpool, which is what I absolutely love, because some books about like Blackpool, they can be like, or some like documentaries that I've watched, they can be like just based on one thing. Like, they can be just based on like the Blackpool Tower, or they can just be based on Pleasure Beach itself, or just the promenade, and then they won't mention anything else. Whereas in this book you have everything, which I freaking love. Like, you have South Promenade, again a really old picture, and then a more like modern picture. And then I feel like towards the end it does get slightly boring, because it goes into really, really old, like really old days about it, and this is sort of going out of Blackpool. So this is Bipsham Village, which I have heard of before. I don't think I've ever been down the Bipsham area, but yeah. Tells you about Norbreck Cliffs as well, which again is sort of out of Blackpool. But having said that, I've stayed in a hotel called Norbreck Castle, and it's an incredible hotel, but it's just really out of Blackpool. Like, it isn't really in Blackpool. But apart from that, this is an incredible book. I feel like up until about, hang on, I feel like it goes up to North Pier and then it just sort of goes out of Blackpool a little bit. You've got the Princess, oh, Princess Parade. That's such a cute name, Princess Parade. That's so cute. Anyway, I'm gonna stop like going on about this, but this is an incredible book. You should all go and get this. It is really cheap. It's cheaper than the Pleasure Beach book, but it's like I said with the other one, it's just worth every single penny. You can get it on Amazon, and I'm so glad that I got this for Christmas. So thank you, Mum and Dad, for getting me this. I need to actually read this again because I haven't read it in so long, and I've sort of forgotten like what it tells me and stuff. So yeah, if I have some time free, I will like read through this again. So yeah, even on the front cover you have like a comparison, old, new. Yeah, it's incredible. Now, as you all know, I am a big kid myself. I feel like a lot of enthusiasts are like big kids, but I am a big kid. I'm 16, but in my heart I am a 6-year-old. Which is why I love this book. This is my third favourite theme park book, and it's from Portons Park. This is the Portons Park official guidebook. It does say for kids. Don't let that fool you. I feel like anyone can have this book. You don't have to be like a 7-year-old to own this. I just feel like this book is really fun. I got it for, was it like no, I think it was like £3 or £4 at the entrance, which I think isn't bad for this. I just feel like it's a really fun book, especially like the back cover. Like, look at that, that's so much fun. So the one thing I liked about this is that like it is for kids. Like, you don't get a lot of things like this at other parks, so I quite like the fact that they have their own guidebook, and like you have something for everyone in here. It isn't just for kids. So you have, this is like on the first 2 pages. It tells you about like all the rides at Portons Park, and just gives you some like facts and information about it, which I really like. So for example, Cobra, they have a full-on like, kind of like, what are those called? They're like trump cards or something like that. I swear there was this game where you had these cards and they had like facts on them. I'm not too sure, but they're basically a bit like that. So this one is about Cobra, and it tells you thrill factor, which is 8, year installed 2006, top speed 30, height 17 meters, and track length in meters is 450. And then at the bottom you can put what you think of the ride, because it says my rating, and then it has a blank box, so you can put whatever number you think, like out of 10 I'm guessing. So for me, myself, I would give Cobra probably about an 8, because I really did love Cobra when I went last time. So if I can, there we go. And it just has that for loads of other rides, like you have the Edge, Magma, Jumping Bean, like there's just like so many. And then as this book sort of goes on, it tells you about like Lost Kingdom and stuff like that. So I freaking love this book. See, it's not just for kids, it's for everyone. It's also for big kids as well. And it also tells you about Peppa Pig World as well. And there's also loads of like interactive stuff to do in here. So I've opened up to like the Peppa Pig section. And there's loads of interactive stuff here for like the little kids. So it's like, I also went on, and then you can tick whichever rides you went on. Like I think last time the only ride I went on in Peppa Pig World was the balloon ride, so I would tick that obviously. And then on this side you have to tick off the characters that you've seen, which I just think is so cool, because not that I know of anyway, like no other parks do that sort of stuff, and I feel like even if you don't like do anything with it, it's just a really nice souvenir to have. So I really like this. Again, more things, more like interactive stuff for the kids. You have colouring, a little maze, and this actually reminds me of those like magazines that I used to get when I was younger. Like you have dot to dot, crosswords, mazes. Oh my god, do they have penguins in here? They do! Oh my god, I haven't like read this book properly, so I'm not really too sure about like everything that's in here, but they have penguins. I didn't realise there was a penguin in here. A Humboldt, wait, what? What's that say? A Humboldt penguin. Humboldt penguins have a spiky tongue so they can keep a good grip on the fish and squid that they catch. They're named after the cold water current they fish in. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. You guys know I'm obsessed with penguins. If I could have my own penguin, I would. Oh, that's so cute. I didn't realise there was a penguin in here. But yeah, I got distracted by the penguin. But yeah, it tells you about different animals as well. And then this is the Lost Kingdom section. This book must be, well, for when I got it, it must have been relatively new, because Lost Kingdom only opened last year. Around this time last year, I think, actually it opened. So I got this book in like towards the end of June, so this book probably hasn't actually been going for that long. Again, more about Lost Kingdom. It tells you about ride facts and stuff, about Flight of the Pterosaur, which is my fourth favourite coaster, I think. Thrill Factor 9, year in store 2006, top speed 34 miles per hour, height in meters is 20, and track length in meters is 395. And then again, it just gives you the option to give it your own rating. I would give it a 9 out of 10 because I freaking love it. So yeah, and then also, I could go on about this book forever, it's so good. Also at the back you have a map of Paultons Park, and you can sort of pull this bit out here. Ta-da! And it gives you like a full-on map of Paultons Park, which is so cool. Like, it's so freaking insane. I have like a map right, oh, you won't be able to see in the camera, but I have a map right next to me. But this is from like 2014 or 2015. So I haven't got like a recent map with like Lost Kingdom on it and stuff. So this is incredible. I'll just give you like a close-up. It's quite hard to fit in the camera because it's so big. Okay, I can't see what's going on in the camera right now, so I'm sorry if this is terrible. Just bear with. There we go. Did you get that? So yeah, I love this book. I feel like more parks need to do stuff like this. Like, this was so cheap. It was only like £3 or £4, which I think is such a good value for money. Especially for what you get, and you can like take it, oh, my battery is flashing, you can take it back to Paultons Park with you as well. Like, if you visited before and then you go and visit again, you can just take this book with you and just fill it out and stuff. So yeah, again, very underrated. More parks need to do stuff like this because this is incredible and very unique. My battery just died, so I had to like go and change it, so if the angle has sort of changed, then that's why. So my fourth favourite theme park book is another one from Blackpool. You guys know I'm obsessed with Blackpool. It's the best place on earth. Yeah. So this one is from Madame Tussauds in Blackpool, and this was about £3, £2.50 maybe. It wasn't expensive at all. So this is quite a small book, so it's easy to like fit onto the camera. And this is, again, it's sort of like the Paultons Park book. It's sort of like a guidebook. So it just tells you about Madame Tussauds itself and all the different like sections. So you have like the big night in with like all the celebrities and TV shows and stuff. Then you have lifestyle TV. It just tells you about like the different sections, and it has some like facts in here as well, like did you know this and did you know that. I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, one of my favourite TV shows of all time. Freaking love this show. Like the fact with this one is, my light keeps going off. Did you know the world record attempt for the most cockroaches eaten is held by Ken Edwards of Derbyshire in 2001 for 36 cockroaches eaten in 1 minute. Ugh. Okay, I wouldn't have read that fact out if I knew what it was about. That's kind of disgusting, but hey, he's actually from Derbyshire, which is so weird. If I see him around, I'll say hello to him. But yeah, this is, I don't know, there isn't really a lot to say about this book. Coronation Street, my favourite soap ever. Freaking love Coronation Street. Tell me that I'm old, but I love it. Such a good soap. Did you know, since the soap, could help if I could speak. Since the soap started in 1961, over 3.5 million pints have been poured in the Rover's return. Oh, that's a lot of pints. And you have music, and then behind the scenes, which I think is probably my favourite part of the book. Like I said, I haven't really read this book properly, so I can't really comment on it that much. But from just like reading a little bit of it and just scrolling through it, it's a really good book because it tells you like behind the scenes and like how wax figures are made and stuff, and how like Madame Tussauds started. And it tells you about celebrities and stuff and what they thought to be in a wax figure. So yeah, I really like it. Oh, Ed Sheeran's in here. Hello, Ed. Gotta love a bit of Ed, haven't we? So yeah, I love this book. I think they sell it to you when you get your ticket, so like at the entrance. Obviously you don't have to have it, but like I feel like it's just a really nice souvenir, and you never know, it might be worth something one day in the future. But I feel like every time I say that, I feel like I'm just like, yeah, it might be worth something, but I'm never gonna sell these, so I don't know why I say that. But yeah, a really good souvenir, and for the price it really isn't bad at all. And my fifth favourite book is, again, another one from Amazon, and this is this book basically. This is the 50 Most Terrifying Roller Coasters Ever Built by Nick Weinsenberger, maybe? I don't know. Basically him. And this is a really good book. Again, it's from Amazon. And I feel like that's Shambhala on the front cover. I could be wrong, but I feel like it is. Like, it just looks like it. If it was obviously in its actual colour, then I probably could tell you what coaster that was. But I'm pretty sure it looks like Shambhala. Let me know if it is or not in the comments, because I'm like the only enthusiast that hasn't ridden Shambhala, so I can't comment on whether it is or not. But this is basically, I think it's sort of based on his opinion, like what he thinks the 50 most terrifying roller coasters are. And it just tells you about like facts of the roller coaster. Like, it goes in like, not reverse order, but like it starts from 50 and goes all the way down to 1. So the 50th, skip this bit if you have this book and you don't want any spoilers. I'll put a number like here on where to skip to if you don't want spoilers. So the 50th most terrifying roller coaster ever built, in his opinion, is Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. A very like popular ride in the community, I'd say, and just in general really. Like, a lot of people love that ride. And then it just sort of tells you facts about the ride. It tells you its manufacturer, when it opened, its height, location, etc, etc. I don't know if you were able to like read that because it's a tiny bit small. So yeah, it tells you like what park it's at, and it also tells you what it's known for as well, so like why it's so famous. And apparently this is known for world's first track elements. So there you go. Opened in 2009. Morrison manufacturer, 167 foot high. And then it also gives you a video link as well. If you can hear my brother's motorbike has just got back from the gym, so that's him on his motorbike, so ignore that. But it also gives you like a video link of like a POV of the ride, which I just think is so cool and very like unique as well. And then it just goes on a bit of a tangent about it really, but it is like really interesting. And then it also gives you some pictures there as well. The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that it's all in sort of black and white, but I don't mind. Like, you can clearly tell what the roller coaster is, which is good. And then his most terrifying roller coaster ever built, in his opinion, I believe, is Crystal Beach Cyclone, which I don't think I've ever heard of before. I don't think I've ever read this full book. I think I'm only about halfway through. I'm not too sure. I usually like fold the page and which page I'm on, but I haven't done that in this book, so I don't know. I think I'm about halfway through, so I haven't like read anything about this roller coaster. But this is apparently known for Nurse in the Station, whatever that means. It's at Crystal Beach Park in Canada. That's why I haven't heard of it, because it's all the way in Canada. It's a wooden coaster, opened in 1926. That's an old coaster. Oh, it's closed. That's why. It closed in 1946. It only lasted like 20 years. Oh, okay. Manufacturer Harry G. Traver? I've never heard of that manufacturer. It was 96 foot high. And then it also just gives you a video link as well. So if you guys have ever heard of this coaster, comment below. But there you go. So yeah, I love this. It also has some more popular coasters that I know of in here as well. Like, it has Kingda in here. I swear, 13, yes, it has one from Alton Towers, 13. Number 17, his 17th most terrifying ride is 13 from Alton Towers. It also has G-Force in here from Drayton Manor as well. So it has like a mixture of like UK rides abroad. So that's why I really like this book, because it just tells you like loads of facts and information about these coasters. It's based off his opinion, which I really like. The back of it isn't really that interesting. Though it has a picture in colour. I think this actually looks like the Ultimate at Lightwater Valley. I could be like really wrong here, and it's probably not the Ultimate at all, but that's what it looks like to me anyway. So yeah, this is an incredible book. Go and order it off Amazon if it's still on there. Again, this was only like, I think this wasn't even over £5. It was like £3 or £4, which I think is such a good deal for like what it actually is. So if it's still on Amazon, which hopefully it is, I'll leave it in the link down below. Go and get it. Go and order it, or like ask for it for your birthday or whatever. If you're an enthusiast, you need this book in your life. So those are my top 5 theme park books. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for rambling on for so long. I could actually speak about books all day long. Like, I actually love them. I just find them so like relaxing. And I actually need to start reading those a lot more than I currently do. So yes, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you have any favourite theme park books. I know a really popular book is, I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's one from John Wardley. I really want that, even though I've never been to like Alton Towers or anything. I actually really want that book, but I feel like it's very expensive. I feel like it's like £20, £12, I don't know. I'll have a look on it. I'll have a look for it on Amazon anyway and see if I can find like a good deal for it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you guys on Saturday for a new video. If not, I will see you guys next Wednesday for another top 5. Bye guys, love you.